Hey, Rock Gamers. It is that time again of the month. More than gems. So, we're going to talk about the things that you should be spending your gems on. Now, it completely depends on where you are in the game. For me, what I'm spending my gems on is going to be different than that someone who is before KVK 1 and, about 10 million or so. I mean, they're two different things. So, first of all, let's talk about books. You can spend gems on books, and I did it. And really, if you want to speed up getting to T5s, then that is something you're going to spend your gems on. And during More Than Gems is the time to do it. However, I wouldn't do that unless you're close to T5 research. So let's go into the academy here. Oh, just a second, I'm just going to hit the tavern here. Got to pick that up as much as possible and get my hospitals healing some while we're talking about this. Okay, let's head into the academy. And really, if you're not seeing at least 9s on these research levels on the economic tree, and I would say from open pit quarry and coinage to the right, everything needs to be a 9. If it's not a 9 at least, you need to get it there. Likewise, in order to do it really from here on, from Woot, Steel, Bodkin, Stirrups, and Ballistics, to the right over to Combined Arms and Encampment, those you need to all have to 9. If you've got those all on 9, then you are ready to make the next step, and I would suggest you're buying your books. Unless you're very close, and I mean very close, to being able to get them using just doing forts. I would suggest, if you're not under 1,000, you're going to start buying books. I did it when I was my castle was on level 23. I was still a fair bit away from being able to do enough forts to get them. It was a More Than Gems event. I had more than 50,000 gems. It was a perfect time for me. That's when I made the move to T5. Now, after that, if you've got your T5s started, you're working on them, you don't need to buy books anymore. There are other things that you still need to do. For example, there are a lot of buildings that have to be up to level 25 in order to get to the T5s, not just the research. You got to be able to get to the point of the research. And I would suggest another thing you're buying is master blueprints. And these you can start buying before you get your castle books. So if you don't have the research ready, then consider purchasing your master blueprints. You have to buy them with gems. I have not found any other. You get one when you get your castle up to level 25, but I have not seen at any other point where you can get a master blueprint other than buying it with gems. So during the More Than Gems event is when you need to be buying the master blueprints. And I would suggest that you are eventually going to want to have every single building in your city upgraded to level 25. So the first time you're buying master blueprints, you are max buying. You're buying 12 on each day. If you're spending the full 50,000 gems, that is. You're buying 12 each day, doing 1,000 VIP, or if you want to, 1,000 gems worth of books, and that's how you get up to your 25,000 on each day. Now, let's talk about the watchtower. It is a big, big no-no. Do not ever buy the arrows of resistance. Is that what they are? Yeah, arrows of resistance. It's been so long since I've looked at them. The exact name. Arrows of resistance, yes. I mean, look at that 704. That's just from a minor amount of barb hunting. That's not, I mean, it's so easy to get the arrows of resistance and get your watchtower up. So as long as you're not, completely slacking off and you have a, relatively decent amount of activity, you'll be able to get your arrows of resistance you need to get your watchtower to 25. Don't spend gems on them at all. And then once you are there, you've got everything upgraded, you have T5 research, even if you're still doing other T5 research. I mean, you don't need books anymore, you don't need arrows of resistance anymore. You got your blueprints you've needed. Now what? Well, I'd say the first thing you do is you look at your VIP. If this bar here is you are within 50,000 of making it to the next level, VIP is the way to go. Moving up a level of VIP is always a good move, in my opinion. Unless you're a big spender and you're going to get there with the VIP packs that you get from buying bundles, I would suggest then that's your next goal. Now for me, as you see, I'm almost 300,000 away from the next level. I'm nowhere near it. Makes no sense. However, one thing I always think I'm short of: legendary commander sculptures. What I will do is I will buy 12 of these on the first day. Yep. 5 more. And then 1 more. There we go. I have just bought 24,000 of them. I'm just going to make sure. Yep. That is. I always want to double check. Sometimes that tap doesn't quite work and some doesn't go through. You want to make sure that you're not wasting. And then I always fill it up with just 1,000 VIP. There I go. I now have hit my full 25,000 on my More Than Gems for today. I will do something similar tomorrow. We'll just go in here. It is not going to be exactly the same because I've only have now 8 of those legendary sculptures left. So I'm going to buy 8 of those. Now, the next thing I'm buying is the level 5 reserves. For me, those extenders for training are extremely helpful for events. Not quite up to the VIP level to buy the level 6 reserves. Ultimately, that's what I wish I could get. Or the equipment materials choice chest. But I would say that the level 5 reserves are, for me, a good choice. So I will buy 16,000 gems worth of legendary sculptures tomorrow. And then I will buy 8,000, so 4 of the level 5 reserves. And then 1,000 more VIP. That gets me up to the 25 again. I would say that's a good bet. You can go for some of these random legendary blueprint chests. There's Cav, Infantry, and Archer. They're a good choice too. Not my choice, but you can choose that. And then ultimately, that's all of that is if you're spending the full 25,000. Keep in mind that the very first thing you need to do is to determine what your spending level is going to be. As you saw when I started this video, I had a full 50,000 gems. that is what was going on to there. And I'll just show you here. I have another almost, I would say a little over 43,000 gems sitting here in packs for emergencies. So I can spend the full gem amount, and I will have plenty of gems left, and I will probably earn 50,000 gems worth over the next 28 days to the start of the next More Than Gems event. So, and if I don't, I have packs to cash in as a backup. But those are your options there. That would be why I'm choosing to go the full 50,000. For you, it might not be the thing. Like on my 13 account, I'm only going to spend 25,000 on one day because I can get 13 legendary sculptures. That's all I have is 25,000 gems. I don't earn as much on that account. As much as I do play it a fair bit, I don't play it as much as this account. Now, as you see, 13 sculptures for spending 25,000. If you can't make it up to 50,000, your next level should be 37,000 gems. That would be 25 on one day and 7 on the next, 32,000 gems. 32,000 gems. Don't go to 37,000 because that will have you just getting the 8 stars. And that's really poor value on that, I believe, in my opinion. I believe you're better off saving the 5,000 gems for another time and just stopping at the 7,000 on the second day. So that's your next level down, 32,000 gems. After that, it's 25,000 and max out one day, whether it's the first day or second day, up to you. And then below that, 14,000 gems, because you hit the 7,000 gems on each day. That's 10 sculptures. And the next is 7,000 gems, which is 5 sculptures. And you just pick a day, do 7,000 gems, and you get your 5 sculptures. Beyond that, like if you're only spending on one day, don't spend above 7,000. If you can't go the full 25, it's poor value going above that 7,000 and falling short of the 25. Make sure you have enough gems before you start your spending. Plan it out. Pull out a calculator. Figure out exactly how many gems you have between packs and here. If you're doing buying to get gems, do it ahead of time. Make sure you plan. The one thing you'll absolutely hate, is spending 24,200 gems, being 800 short, and you don't have the budget to purchase those 800 gems any other way. You're gonna scream at yourself and say, "What was I doing?" Because now you've fallen short, and in my opinion, you will have wasted a lot of gems. So, if you have any questions about how to spend on More Than Gems, feel free to send me some messages and let me know what you have, what you have, what your goals are, and I'll help you out best I can. And so the next More Than Gems event, just gonna pull up my calendar. That one is looking to be, we are on the 30th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so May 28th. Mark that down on your calendars. May 28th will be the next More Than Gems event. Prepare for it. save, do some barbing, do some forts, gather up those packets. If you're gonna buy the daily gem, the supply depot, it's 30-day gem supply. You know, pull that in. Get saved up as much as you can. Participate in events, max out, get those gems when you can in events, and go from there. Anyway, it's time to go. You enjoy playing Rise of Kingdoms.